Hello everyone, welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is, I found a cursed scripture in a mini public library. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. And if you like hearing stories from me, please subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments. Now, let's get into this nightmare. I did enjoy taking strolls around the local park. The kids played. The sun shined to reflect serene green grass. The best part, however, was the public library. Next to the benches, there were poles holding up enclosed bookshelves where anyone could drop off or take a book. I myself often like to take my own books down there, but occasionally, I'll sneak a peek at what books are on offer. A week ago was the last time I used it. I looked inside and found a strange black book with no title and no author. It got weirder when I opened the book to find scriptures in a language I didn't recognize, drawings and depictions of beings I have never seen or heard of. I have read a fair number of books in my time, and the history of religion was one of my favorite topics. But I didn't recognize this. I took it home for further study, cross-referencing it with other texts. I didn't find anything solid. A few references to the Bible, some to pagan and Norse mythology. I only could tell because of the runes depicted in the scriptures and drawings. The language was still completely foreign to me. After studying it and putting it away on the bookshelf, I went to bed, tired and exhausted. It felt like I was analyzing the book for a few moments, but I was memorized by its content for hours. And when I came to, I felt like all the energy was drawn out of me. I went to bed, and soon after I fell asleep. I woke up to pitch blackness in my room. There was no light, not even the moonlight. The closest thing to light in the room was something so dark it radiated a purple. It was a humanoid figure in the corner, but with what seemed to be squid tentacles lashing around it. I froze in sleep paralysis as it stared at me with its voided eyes. I blinked rapidly, and when I woke up fully, I turned on my light to nothing. It was 4:20 a.m. I had slept for about 4 hours. There was no way I was getting back to sleep, so I decided to go out for a nightly stroll around the neighborhood. The atmosphere was nice, silent, and I could feel the crisp air slowly begin to descend into an unnatural chill. It was the middle of the summertime. It was 70 degrees. Yet with each passing minute, I regret not bringing a coat. I looked around to see a thick fog begin to roll in. Something wasn't right. I turned back and tried to go home, but before I knew it, I was lost in the fog. I lost my sense of direction. I didn't know where to go, so I was hoping I would walk into a landmark of some kind, when I heard it. Faint whispers coming from the fog. I picked up the pace, less worried about getting to my house, and more worried about getting out of the fog, which seemed to cover the whole neighborhood. The maddening whispers would soon double in dread, as they were accompanied by the feeling that I was being watched. I looked around and thought I could catch a glimpse of what seemed to be purple eyes in the fog. They disappeared as soon as I seen them. I was going insane. I had to be. What could possibly be in the fog? After running around for a countless amount of time, I finally got to the edge of the fog and happened to be right in front of my house. I ran inside and locked the door. Then I ran into the bathroom to splash water over my face, hoping this was some kind of nightmare. When I looked at my reflection, I saw it not mimicking me. It stood there with a blank expression on its face, as some kind of dark corrosion ate away at the corners of the mirror, slowly working its way down. The mix of fear, denial, and dread promptly led me to faint on the ground. In my dream, I was in a lush forest, going up a hill that had a tower on top of it. When I reached the tower, I walked in to see a crimson floating aberration wrapped in chains. Its name was displayed above its head, but it seemed to comprise of the same shifting runes as the damn book that I know was responsible for all of this. He didn't say a word, for I already knew him to be the guardian of dreams and keeper of knowledge. When it looked down at me, and I gazed into his dark hood, everything went black, and I woke up on the bathroom floor. I wasn't going to waste any more time. That book was cursed, evil, and must be destroyed. I grabbed the book and ran outside to throw it into the fire pit. I poured gas over it and lit the match, igniting it. I was dumbfounded, as 10 minutes later the fire died down, and the book didn't have so much as a cinder on it. In fact, it was cold to the touch. I took it inside and grabbed the biggest pair of scissors I owned to chop up the pages. But as I opened the book and readied the blade, I felt a sharp hiss of pain go through my finger and looked down to see blood dripping. I made damn sure not to let the blood get on the pages. I understood that I couldn't destroy it. The only way to maybe get rid of it would be to put it back and let it torment someone else. I went back to the park to put it in its case, and I never took another book from the case again. The nightmares have stopped, and I haven't had any episodes. I only hope the next person to receive it is luckier than I am. The end. That was I Found a Cursed Scripture in a Mini Public Library. If you ended up enjoying this story, please leave a like. I hope you all have had a great day and have a good night.